Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. Now I know what you're about to type in the chat right now. Phoenix Knight, we know you're running a test here, but there's no possible way you could be testing Sunday as a stream day. You're right, and I'm not. But in order to make sense of what is going on here, you need a little bit of backstory. So, as you've seen in the title of the video, yes, and what you've got set up, yes, we are going to be playing Inside Pitch Baseball from Inside Sports Games. And the test here is actually around a couple of things. So I've managed to rig up a way to run the stream using my Sony a6000 camera as my webcam. And evening, Ben, welcome in. You're just in time for a little bit of early backstory. So here's what's been going on. Like I said, camera, I've managed to rig that, so I'm running that as my webcam. But ever since I've started getting into tabletop sports, I've had what I call a love-hate relationship with Inside Pitch. I really watch other people playing it, but man alive has it been frustrating for me to learn. And I think a lot of that just comes down to the base running rules that I've been having problems with. I really like the narrative focus in it, but I just can't get a hold of it, and I'm kind of starting to have a little bit of anxiety around my pending 1985 playthrough, which is starting in January. So if nothing else, it's a good thing I'm having this panic now that I won't be able to present Inside Pitch the way I would like to be able to for a replay. So it's probably a good thing that I'm going to be running a test here as part to help me keep getting the feel for the game, and also as a test using my a6000 camera as my webcam. The other thing we're testing, though, is there is one other thing that we're testing as well. So the other big knock that I've heard on Inside Pitch, other than that it can be hard to learn, is that the rare plays actually are pretty weak in Inside Pitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a test using the rare plays from Season Ticket Baseball instead. We'll see if those work any better. And I want to play around also with my various dice towers that I've got. So I've got a few different dice towers in shot that I want to play around with to see how they look and sound on camera. We'll spend the first inning with my main brown dice tower. Then we'll swap some of the other ones out to see A, what I think of them, and B, which one I want to use as my main tower moving forward. So that's kind of the slight rambling there. Anyway, tonight we're headed back to 2011 for a matchup between the Boston Red Sox and the Kansas City Royals. The Royals are the home team tonight. The Royals historically won this game by a score of 9-4. Royals had 9 runs, 14 hits, and 2 errors. The Red Sox had 4 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. So hopefully we won't need any of the Benny Hill music tonight, but that remains to be seen. We'll take our first look at Boston's starting pitcher, knuckleballer Tim Wakefield. 7-8 with a 5.12 ERA, 154 innings pitched, 163 hits, 93 walks, 46 strikeouts in 2011. Picked up a new Celtic Knot circular dice tray table to go with your C4 dice tower. Nice! And then looking at the Royals starting pitch, I'm actually going to loosen this other tie that's keeping everything tight on the power supply. Starting pitcher for the Kansas City Royals tonight is Felipe Paulino. 4-10 with a 4.46 ERA, 139 innings pitched, 146 hits, 133 strikeouts, and 53 walks in 2011. I keep wanting to say 91 because I'm so used to... I'm still kind of a little bit out of sorts from my 91 replay being over. And taking a look at Kauffman Stadium, looks like a neutral park leaning a little bit toward a hitter's park. -2 to strikeouts, +1 to walks, and no adjustment to home runs. So that's what we're looking at there. The pregame festivities are wrapping up, and I've got I'll show you that I do have my fielding card over off shot. It's a lot bigger than RJL normally uses, and he's been one of the big inspirations for me to get into Inside Pitch. So I'm using his same fielding card, just a little bit bigger since my table is bigger, and I'm going to be looking at it probably from a further distance. But if we're all set, let's go ahead and play some baseball. While the Royals start getting loose in the field, we'll take our first look at the Red Sox starting lineup. Leading off, I'm probably going to have to get a new cable for this. We've got Marco Scutaro at shortstop. Yameko Navarro at third base. I think it was Micah Viles historically, but I'm not printing out fringe players for an exhibition game at this point. Adrian Gonzalez at first base. Dustin Pedroia is at second base. Josh Reddick in right field. Jared Saltalamacchia is catching. Carl Crawford is in left field. Ryan Lavarnway is the designated hitter, and Darnell McDonald is in center field. If you nail down the base running options on hits and fly balls, it's a great game. Yes, it is a great game, but if I can't nail down the base running, then I don't feel comfortable using it as a replay, and that's the other reason I'm doing some testing on inside pitch, is because the other system I'd probably move this into is Season Ticket for my 1985 season replay. So leading off for the Red Sox is Marco Scutaro. 299 average, 7 homers, 54 RBI in 2011. We're going to use blue, white, and white dice tonight. Royals are the home team. I've also got a set standing by of percentile blue dice. So we'll use those for the rare plays tonight. Anyway, I think the fans are all set at Kauffman Stadium. So let's go ahead and play some baseball, and we'll go to the same place where every game starts, and that's the first pitch. Paulino, 1-1. Possible error. This is something else I've been having problems with. Scutaro, 4-3. That's going to be a base hit past short, but it's an error check for... Who the hell is it an error check for? Who's at shortstop tonight? Escobar is at shortstop. His error rating is a 5. That's a 6, so he'll just barely... So he will bobble it a little bit, but he'll throw it over to first, and that's going to be out number 1, and we are underway tonight. Actually, that's a... Hold on the error check, I think that's actually a base hit. I'm already getting derpy. So that's an S6. The error chance would be on potentially a throw, but no problem there. So Scutaro will be at first. The infield will go straight to double play depth. And here's Yameko Navarro. I'm going to butcher that pronunciation all night, most likely. 250 average, 1 homer, 9 RBI in 2011. Strategy roll up first. That's a 14. Nothing happening there. Paulino will turn and deal with Navarro. Here's the pitch. 4-5. That's at the park. Kauffman Stadium. 2-4. That's a single plus into center field. Scutaro's a base running 3. Hit to single to center. -1. 1 or a 2. Scutaro will get to third. He will make third. Navarro coming around first. He's got to try for second. Base runner 1. Hit to center is a -1. And I believe if it's a 0, he would automatically put on the brakes. Where's the rule book for that? I'm probably wrong on that, so feel free to correct me on that, Ben, but I'm pretty sure when his base running drops to a 0, he automatically puts on the brakes. That might be how RJL does it as a house rule, but let me look here. Single plus. So yeah, I think the runner holds when it automatically comes down to a 0. So yeah, less than 1, no throw, no advance. So Navarro will put on the brakes, and just like that, the Red Sox already have runners at the corners with nobody out. And actually, there's another binder I want to grab, so stand by while I go grab that. You know, if the adjusted base running is 0 normally, he holds. But a single plus means he has to try. But why would he try it on a 0? That's exactly the logic I'm going to use in holding the runner at first base. Because again, if you know you're going to get gunned down and have no chance at making second, why on earth would you try it? It's like when I was playing Season Ticket on Saturday, when I was streaming Season Ticket on Saturday, I had a situation where Frank Thomas had to try to advance, and I'm like, why in the hell would you ever send Frank Thomas, who's got basically no speed to speak of, up a base? That just makes no sense to me. Anyway, next batter is Adrian Gonzalez. 338 average, 27 homers, 117 RBI in 2011. The infield, the infield's going to play in. They don't want to let anybody score this early. Strategy roll. That is a 4. I don't think anything happening. I think everybody stays put. Paulino will look in at Perez for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. Marlon Price joining us now. Learning this game as well. Steep learning curve, but fun. Yeah, that's kind of what I find. I do enjoy this game, but the learning curve is part of what's turning me off to it. Anyway, Paulino, 3-1. Against a lefty, that's a blank. Gonzalez, 3-5. And it's a fly ball into right field. Coming under that one for the Royals is going to be Frank Kerr. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 1 in the inning. Gonzalez with a sacrifice fly rating of 2, actually. Won't bring in Scutaro that way. Scutaro, base runner 3. Fly ball to center. That's a fly ball to right, I should say. Right fielder is Frank Kerr. He's a -2 arm, so on a 1, Scutaro still scores. That's a 6. This is another thing I've been having a big problem with. So on a 6 means there's a possible play, but I need to check that. Make an outfielder arm check. So his arm is a... Just roll against the adjusted base runner. Let's see. Rating of 4 to 6 on the single plus ballpark rating says to just roll against the adjusted base running. Does mention if there's a 6 possible throw out at second, otherwise holds because the roll is greater than adjusted base running. You still have to roll it on the off chance that there's a 6. That would be a good question to put to RJL, but for the time being, I held the runner. So coming back to Scutaro in our 6 situation, we're looking at Frank Kerr. He's a -2 arm. On a 1 to 5, there's a possible play. No, Scutaro will put on the brakes, and he'll hold at third base. Another potential dangerous situation there, but there is 1 out in the inning. Actually, hold on. That was a base hit. I skipped noting Navarro's at bat. 1 out for Dustin Pedroia. 307 average, 21 homers, 91 RBI in 11. I'm gaseous tonight. Although to be fair, I did just have dinner. Strategy roll. That's a 1. No, Navarro? No, nobody is moving. Pedroia, well, I think Pedroia probably would get the hit and run, but there's no way they're hitting and running here. Paulino with the pitch. 3-2. Wild pitch. 12. No. Just barely misses. Ball 1. So, hold on a minute. I keep forgetting I've got a handy-dandy little board here where I can track balls and strikes. You'd think I would actually bother to use it one of these times. Ball 1. Paulino will try again. 5-6. That's a range play. Pedroia. 2-4. That's a base hit right back to the pitcher. His range, though, I believe it looks like he's excellent, so his range... It's been a while since I played inside pitch, so I'm a little rusty on this. His range is a 5. And he'll make that play easily. Now we've got to check to see if we turn the double play here. 1-0-2 for the depth. Let's see. Right-hander hit to the pitcher. So second base pivot, I believe, is Getz. Let me just double check my lineup. Yes, Getz is pivot 0. So a 1 or a 2, it's a double play. No. Scooter will come in to score. Navarro will be thrown out at second. Pedroia will make first. But the Red Sox will draw first blood. Score is now 1-0 in favor of the Red Sox. Stadium groans. Ugh. Oop. Making sure we get all of that. Gonzalez, Navarro. There we go. And here's Josh Reddick. 280 average, 7 homers, 28 RBI in 2011. Pedroia over at first. Strategy roll. That's a 3. Pedroia might... I think Pedroia actually does get the steal sign. 15-0. You're not going to run with 2 outs to get out of the inning. I'm going to call the steal off, even though Pedroia would have a good chance of making second. Paulino with the pitch. 3-1. Against the lefty, that's a blank. Reddick. 3-2. And he's going to smack that one into center field, and that's going to be a double. Pedroia is a base running 3 that becomes a 4 with 2 outs. Double to center plus 1. 1-5. Pedroia will score. He does. Reddick makes it to second. And 2-0 Boston. Stadium groans. Ugh. Let's see. Pedroia was the 4-hitter. So that's going to be a D8. Pedroia coming all the way around to score. And here's Jared Saltalamacchia. 235 average. 16 homers, 56 RBI in 2011. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 13. Paulino will turn and deal with Saltalamacchia. Here's the pitch. 5-2. Range play at the park. Kauffman Stadium. 4-5. Kauffman Stadium, right. 4-5, and that's a grounder to third. Coming up with that one is going to be Moustakas. He'll make the play over to first, and that will retire the side. 2 runs on 3 hits, and the Red Sox jump out to an early 2-0 lead with Kansas City coming to bat. You see, I found something with the inning number on it. Yes, I did, and I used it when I played APA baseball on Friday, and it actually works. It seems like it works very well. I was debating using both of the inning trackers. I was debating having this flip over to 1 when the visiting team's batted, and using this for the home team. But I think it's going to work a lot better if I leave the double digits in place. While the Red Sox get loose in the field, we'll take our first look at the Royals starting lineup. We already had to call a few names here. Leading off for the Royals, we've got Alex Gordon at left field. Melky Cabrera is in center field. Billy Butler is a designated hitter. And rather than crane my arm, I'm going to bring my score sheet and shot so I can see it a little more easily. Eric Hosmer is at first base. Jeff Francoeur is in right field. Mike Moustakas is at third base. Salvador Perez is catching. Chris Getz is at second base. And Alcides Escobar is the shortstop. That would be very confusing. That was kind of the other thought I had with using the inning trackers that way. Figured it would be a lot easier to just stick with the single digits where needed. Leading off the bottom of the first, though, is Alex Gordon. 303 average, 23 homers, 87 RBI in 2011. Wakefield looks in at... Who is catching? Oh, Lavarnway for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. 2-3. Strikeout. 20 is way too high. Gordon, 4-3, and that's a base hit into center field. Gordon will find himself on with a leadoff single. Maybe make an arrow tab to point up or down to point to the score of the team at bat. That's not a terrible idea, actually. I'm sure I could think of something for that. And RJL decided to stop by and say hello. And yes, we do have a question, RJL. Looks like Ben is already taking care of that for me, so thank you on that, Ben. So now you can help me hopefully keep straight on the rules, or possibly tell me that I should never play inside pitch again. I jest, of course. Anyway, strategy roll. That's a 9, nobody moving. Infield will go to double play depth. If our adjusted base running is a 0, he does not go. That's kind of what we thought. It didn't make sense to us that once the base running dropped down to a 0, that the runner would still try. Because it's like, you know you have no chance whatsoever of making it to the next base, so why would you even try it? Anyway, turning our attention back to Kauffman Stadium, we need a batter. That would be helpful. Melky Cabrera is stepping into the batter's box. 305 average, 18 homers, 87 RBI. No way he can take second base. That's kind of what we thought, too. Wakefield will turn back to Cabrera. Here's the pitch. 5-4 is a 5-4 against the switch left is an automatic out. And that's going to be a fly ball into center field. Coming under that is going to be, what the hell did I do with my lineup here? Coming under that one is going to be McDonald. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 1. And here's Billy Butler. 291 average, 19 homers, 95 RBI in 91. Wasn't rated an excellent umpire in the 2 to 3 years you did high school baseball umpire for nothing. Well, got to be useful. Apparently that umpiring knowledge is coming in very handy. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 12. Wakefield will turn and deal with Butler. Here's the pitch. Wakefield, 5-1. Error on a grounder. Butler, 2-5. And that's another fly ball into center field, which I assume, you'll probably correct me on that, RJL, but I would assume a fly ball wipes out the error chance on a grounder. So Butler will fly out to center field. Once again, coming under that is McDonald. He'll make the catch for out number 2. And next up is Eric Hosmer, 293 average, 19 homers, 78 RBI in 2011. And actually, you know what I could do? I keep remembering I've got all these extra pegs. For the time being, and this is a temporary solution while I work on something more permanent, you guys might be able to see a blue peg there under the home team score right now. I'm going to use that as the temporary solution to indicate which team is at bat. And we'll re-roll strategy because I don't know if we did or not. We'll go ahead and roll it again. 4, nothing happening. Wakefield will pitch. Wakefield, 1-4, wild pitch, and yep, that is going to get past Lavarn Way, and Gordon will make it over to second on the wild pitch, which is also ball 1, which I want on this side. Wakefield will try it again. 5-6, home run chance. Lefty, 1-9. The 5 is good. Against the righty, Hosmer needs an 18. Not quite automatic, but let's see. And, yeah, about that not quite automatic. Boom! That ball is hit high. That ball is hit deep to right field. Going back for that one is going to be Reddick. He's back to the track, back to the wall, and that ball is gone. Home run, Eric Hosmer. And just like that, we are tied at 2. Stadium cheers. Yay! And me with no nails. I'm going to move this board back a little bit so I have an easier time flipping the score dials against the curtain. Okay. Stepping into the batter's box now is Jeff Frank Kerr. Frank Kerr had 285 average, 20 homers, 87 RBI in 2011. I should also mention before I get into the next batter, RJL, I am testing out using season ticket rare plays instead of inside pitch, because I know that's also been a big knock on inside pitch is the rare play system. So I'm playing around with the idea of using season tickets rare plays instead. And maybe when we look at some of these rare plays, you can give me some suggestions on how we want to modify them for inside pitch. But I'm getting rambly on that. Anyway, Wakefield will now turn and deal with Frank Kerr. And I don't completely like... we'll bring it up just a little bit like that. Okay. So Wakefield with the pitch. Wakefield, 4-4. Wild pitch, ball one. Good thing I've got it there. So he will try it again. 5-1. Error on a grounder. Frank Kerr. 5-5. That is a ground ball. That's hit over to third base. Hit going after that is going to be Navarro. His error rating is a 15. That's an 18, so he's going to have a few problems with it, but he'll fire it over to first and retire the side. 2 runs on 2 hits. So a 2-run homer by Hosmer, and we are tied at 2 after 1. Top of the second, where I had my sheet of things inside pitch rare plays are good. RJL ran into one this morning that wasn't applicable, so he discarded and re-rolled. I vaguely remember that being the brawl that he ran into. I think he had disregarded the brawl rare play, if I remember correctly. I stopped by a little bit for that, but I had to bail on that when my Gaia project video was about to get started. I just had... oh, here it is. It's under my other chart binder. Found it. Okay, so stepping into the batter's box to lead off the top of the second is Carl Crawford. 255 average, 11 homers, 56 RBI in 2011. Let me see if I can tip the camera down. I don't want to lose too much of the focus on the scoreboard. That should be good. Sorry, I know I'm a little bit rambly on this. I'm kind of all over the place. I'm also doing some technical testing here. So the pivot flipped to second, but there was no runner coming from first. Okay. Apparently I had my wires crossed. Shows you how much attention I was paying to that while I was working on my Gaia project video earlier this morning. Paulino will pitch. 1-5 against a lefty. That's a blank. Crawford. 5-3. And that's a grounder right back to the pitcher. Paulino will turn around and fire that one right over to first, and that's out number 1. Something you would do, flip to a base with no runner coming. 99% of the time, major leaguers would not. Fair point. 1 out, and here's Ryan Lavarnway. 231 average, 2 homers, 8 RBI in 2011. Paulino looking in at Perez for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. Paulino, 6-5. Strikeout, 6. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and that's the first K on either side. So that's a swinging strike 3, 2 outs. Maybe that's how I should have played it. Fielder flips to second, not realizing there's no runner at first. Everyone's safe. I don't know if the fielders would be that scatterbrained. Anyway, here's Darnell McDonald. 236 average, 6 homers, 24 RBI in 2011. Paulino gets the sign, and here's the pitch. 5-3. Walk plus 10, the 1. Yeah, that was a terrible at bat. That'll be a 1. McDonald will find himself on with a 2-out walk. And here's Scutaro stepping into the batter's box. Scutaro today is 1 for 1 with a base hit. First order of business here, strategy roll. And nothing happening on the 19. Paulino will get the sign from Perez. He will set, and here's the pitch. 6-4. Strikeout 15 is going to be too high. Scutaro. A 4-6, and that's grounded right over to first. Picking that one up for the Royals is going to be Hosmer. He'll take that to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the walk for the Red Sox as we get ready for the bottom of the second. Had a rare play and payoff pitch the other day. Batter hits a ball down the line, thinks it's a foul, doesn't run. Out 7-6-3. Well, that is definitely a payoff pitch, rare play. Bottom of the second, coming up for the Royals, is Mike Moustakas. 5 homers, 30 RBI in 2011. Wakefield gets the sign from Lavarnway. He sets, and he will pitch. 4-1. Error on a throw. Moustakas. 1-1. And that's and against a righty, that's going to be a base hit into short. That's a base hit to short. Going after that is Scutaro. His error rating is I believe that's in... Let me finish this play and then I'll toss that musing over, Ben. His error rating is where is his error rating? His error rating is a 7. That's a 6, and he's going to make a throwing error, and Moustakas is going to make it into second, at least. There might be more, though. Error on a throw. Grounded to short. Throwing error with potential for advancing a base on a bad throw. So we roll a d6, checking against the range of the errant throw receiver. That would be the first baseman, which is Gonzalez, I believe. No. Yes, it is Gonzalez, and I've got these two. I've got my lineup all screwed up. Oh, no throwing error, no other runners on base. So I'll bring Moustakas back to first. Infield. Okay, this is part of why I'm getting so frustrated with inside pitch. So it was a base hit to short at least. So Moustakas is at least going to make first. It was Scutaro's error rating was a 7. It was a 6, so there would have been a throwing error. But grounded to short. Throwing error. There was a runner attempting an extra base. Okay, so Moustakas is at first. I'm not going to lie, this is part of why I'm having so much frustration with inside pitch. Now let's see what I can do about the out indicator. I tend to like having room. Actually, I can probably do this. I can probably switch how I've got everything positioned. Does that work a little better? Error on a throw. If it's a hit, it's an extra base. So that was a base hit. That was a base hit past short, and it was an error. So I think. So from what I'm understanding, Moustakas would be at second base, right? That's what I'm going to go with. RJL is much smarter at inside pitch than I am, so Moustakas is going to be at second base, which means the infield is not at double play depth. Salvador Perez steps into the batter's box. .331 average, 3 homers, 21 RBI in 2011. We'll roll for strategy. That's a 9, nothing happening. Wakefield will laugh at me as I'm dropping dice. Wakefield will get the sign from Lavarnway. He will set, and here's the pitch. Wakefield, 4-4. Wild pitch, and the 3 is going to send Moustakas over to third. So that's a bit of a problem for Wakefield, to put it mildly. And the infield now has to play in to try to keep the Royals from tying the game. Or from taking the lead, actually. So we'll re-roll the strategy. That's a 9, nothing happening. That's also ball 1. Wakefield will try again. 3-2. Against a righty, strikeout 15 is high. Perez, 4-3, And that's a ground ball over to third. I believe with the infield in, his base running would be a 0 with the Moustakas would be a 0, I believe. So he would hold, which means Perez would be thrown out for the first out of the inning. Here's Chris Getz. Getz had 255 average, no homers, 26 RBI in 2011. Don't get frustrated, take my time, I can't break the game. It's... Watching you in baseball demos play this game, RJL, I'm not going to lie. It's been a fun experience, but learning it for myself, like I said, has been extremely frustrating. So, we'll roll strategy for Wakefield. That's a 20. He does have a pickoff rating, so he's going to turn and fire to third. And that's a cocked die, but I think he balks in the run, actually. Moustakas will come in to score on the balk, and it's now 3-2 in favor of the Royals. Stadium cheers. Yay! Not what you want to have happen if you're the Red Sox here. See it now on the table. If it's a single in the infield, it's a number 9 on the chart, which does allow for a throwing error, trying to get the batter runner at first. Infield will play back, and now I can forget about the strategy roll for a little bit. Wakefield will turn and deal with Getz. Here's the pitch. 1-2. That's a blank. He's not tired. Getz. 3-3. And that's a fly ball into left field. Getting under that one is going to be Crawford. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 2. Would help if I'm actually paying attention to my out indicator. Here's Alcides Escobar. 254 average, 4 homers, 46 RBI in 2011. Wakefield with the pitch. 6-2 against a righty, blank. Escobar, a 5-5, and it's a grounder to second. Picking that one up for the Red Sox is going to be Pedroia. He'll make the play, and that will retire the side. What a wild inning for Moustakas. With a base hit, an error, advances on a wild pitch, and then scores when Wakefield balks the runner in. 3-2 Royals after 2. And as testing with the dice towers continues, we're going to get a swap out on the dice tower so I can check out a different dice tower. Let's bring in an old favorite, my Cthulhu dice tower. And this one's small enough that I'm actually going to put it down here, although that might be... Actually, let me see if I can get that lit up a little better. That's not much. I think the problem with this one is this ramp is too high. Putting it down here is going to be absolutely terrible. I think we can stick it there. I'm more checking the sound on these towers. Leading off the top of the third as I'm rambling here is actually Navarro. Let me just make sure I've got my lineup straight. I'm making a mess of this, apparently. Navarro is 0 for 1. He's 1 for 1. So Paulino will pitch. 1-5. Against a righty, that's a base hit right past Paulino. So Navarro gets on to lead off the inning. Infield at double play depth. And here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez tonight is 0 for 1. He flew to right. Yeah. Strategy roll. That's a 1. Navarro not doing anything. Gonzalez gets the hit and run. But against the righty, he's going to give the hit and run sign a sign of his own and swing away. Paulino with the pitch. 5-3. 5-3 is a walk plus 10, and the 5 will easily walk Gonzalez. He becomes an 11 plus 10 is a 21. That's a 5, and yeah. That'll be a very easy walk. Back in college, played a bit of Call of Cthulhu. Hail Cthulhu. May he rise one day. Preferably one day soon, to be perfectly honest. Anyway, here's Pedroia. Pedroia tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded out but reached on a fielder's choice. Strategy roll. That's an 8, nothing happening. Paulino with the pitch. 4-4. That's a pitcher result. The 14 is going to be too high against a righty. Pedroia, 4-4 of his own, and he's going to line it right to short. That's going to slam right into Escobar's glove, and we need to check if somebody is doubled off. Let's see, line out, 1d6, runners on first and second. Shortstop. So on a 1-3, somebody's out. That's a 1, and Gonzalez is going to get doubled off, and that should retire the... No, that doesn't retire the side. But now there are 2 outs in the inning. I was not paying attention at all. So Dustin Pedroia lines out. Gonzalez gets doubled off. Loved his works, although every time he finished one of them, he had to take a shower because he felt dirty afterwards. That's apparently a thing that happens. I think the last time I started anything of Lovecraft was the Dream Quest of Unknown Kadath. That. I started reading that briefly before the spring campaign, which was Dream Eaters this year, and it didn't really go well. Anywho, runner now is Josh Reddick. Reddick is 1-for-1 with a double. Strategy roll. That's a 20. Paulino turns and fires to second, and pickoff error. So we roll against his, I believe for a pickoff error, we roll against his error rating again. That's a 2. He will make an error, and Navarro will get to third. Let me just double check that on a pickoff error, because I've never had that happen before. I'm running into a lot of new stuff here. Where's the strategy roll notes in here? Felt like you did something wrong. Can't be that bad, RJL. Let's see, no runners on, strategy roll. Let's see, looking for where's the pickoff play in here? Pickoffs, here we go. Pickoff error is when he throws the ball away. Automatic without regard for the error rating. Never mind. Okay, now that we've got that sorted out, strategy roll. That's a 10, nothing happening. Paulino turns back to deal with Reddick. Here's the pitch. 6-4. Strikeout. 5. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that will actually retire the side. Nothing across except the single, the walk, and the pickoff error. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. Which it would help if I'm paying attention to the inning indicator and the at-bat indicator after all the trouble I went to set that up. Wakefield will finish up his warm-up tosses as he's looking at the top of the Royals' order once again. Leading off the bottom of the third is Alex Gonzalez. Why did I think Alex Gonzalez? Alex Gordon. Gordon tonight is 1-for-1 with a base hit. Wakefield will get the sign. And here's the pitch. 2-2. Home run result. And the 5, well, Gordon just extended the lead with a boom! That ball is hit high. That ball is hit deep into center field. Going after that is McDonald. Back to the track, back to the wall, and that is gone. Solo home run, Alex Gordon. And the score is now 4-2 in favor of Kansas City. Stadium cheers. Yay! And as soon as you guys started pointing that out, it's automatic. I found it in the rules as well. Here's Melky Cabrera. Cabrera tonight is 0-for-1. Wakefield, got to shake that one off. He will get the sign, and here's the pitch. 5-3. That's a blank. Cabrera, 4-6, and that's a fly ball into left field. Going after that one is going to be Crawford. He'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. And here's Billy Butler. Butler tonight is 0-for-1. He flew out his first time up. Wakefield will pitch. Oop, get in the tower. That's the one thing I don't like about this Cthulhu Tower. 5-1. Error on a grounder. Butler. 2-1. That is a ground ball. That's hit to second base. Going after that one for the Red Sox is Pedroia. His error rating is a 3. That's a 1, and he's going to boot that one, and Butler will be safe at first. Right? Error on a grounder. Yep. Okay. Booted that one. So that's on the E3. Infield will go to double play depth. I'll actually pay attention to that. And here's Hosmer. Hosmer tonight is 1 for 1 with the 2-run homer that tied the game for Kansas City. Strategy roll for Butler. Nothing happening on the 7. Wakefield will turn and deal with Hosmer. Here's the pitch. Wakefield, 5-4. Against the lefty, that's an automatic out, and that's going to be a fly ball into left field. Coming under that one is going to be Crawford once again. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 2. Have to take a shower yourself. All good, RJL. Take your time. Here's Frank Kerr. Frank Kerr tonight is 0 for 1. First order of business here, strategy. Nothing happening on the 6. Wakefield will turn and deal with Frank Kerr. 2 outs in the inning. Let's actually pay attention, Phoenix. Wakefield will pitch. 1-3. Strikeout 20, way too high. Frank Kerr. 4-5. And it's a ground ball over to second. Picking that one up is going to be Pedroia. He'll make the catch, he'll make the play, and that will retire the side. 1 run and an error, a solo home run by Gordon, and the score is now 4-2 Kansas City after 3. A lot of little things to adjust now to make the presentation flow a little better. Top of the 4th, and the Red Sox are looking at the middle of their order coming to the plate. Here's Saltalamacchia. Saltalamacchia tonight, let me move that up just a touch. There we go. Saltalamacchia tonight is 0 for 1. Just checking everything on here. Okay. And we're going to get a new dice tower. I officially can't stand this one between the pronounced clickety-clack and how small that opening is. I don't like that tower at all. So we're going to try this tower that I got yesterday from my group's game day. The opening's a little bigger to hit, and hopefully it'll be a lot quieter. Paulino with the pitch. Paulino, 3-6, and you guys can't see anything of that tower. 3-6, that's at the park. Kauffman Stadium, 4-2, and that's going to be a fly ball into center field. Coming under that one is going to be Cabrera. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 1. And here's Crawford. Crawford tonight is 0 for 1. Actually, yeah, Crawford's 0 for 1. Higher Ground Gaming now joining us at Kauffman Stadium. Click and clack, don't talk back. Yeah. Crawford will wait for the pitch from Paulino, and here it comes. 2-3. Error on a grounder. I've been getting a lot of these tonight. Crawford. 1-5. And that's a base hit into center field. So, disregarding the error on the... Actually, would we disregard the error on the grounder? I think so. Crawford will make it to first, at least on the leadoff, on the single with 1 out. Let me just double check that, but I think with nobody else on base, you disregard the error on a grounder. I must have made a mistake. Boston's losing. Don't start with me, Higher Ground Gaming. You weren't here for the intro, so you don't necessarily know some of the frustrations I'm having right now. Here's Lavarnway. Lavarnway tonight is 0 for 1. He struck out swinging his first time up. Strategy roll. Nothing happening on the 12. Paulino will turn and deal with Lavarnway. He will set. Here's the pitch. Paulino, 2-4. Error on a throw. Lavarnway. 1-2, and that's a fly ball into center field. Getting under that one, once again, is going to be Cabrera. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Error on a throw. Let's see, his error rating. Cabrera's error rating is a 0, so he won't make an error. Thankfully, 0 error rating to the rescue on that one. 2 outs in the inning. And here's McDonald. McDonald tonight has reached on a walk. You'll learn a couple things in this game. Probably one of them is that I'm terrible at inside pitch. Strategy roll. Nothing happening on the 6. Paulino with the pitch. Paulino, 4-2. Against a righty, that's a blank. McDonald, that's a 4-3. 4-3, and that's a fly ball to right. Once again, Cabrera getting under that one. He'll make all 3 putouts in this inning to retire the side. Nothing across except the single for the Red Sox as we get ready for the bottom of the 4th. Excuse me. Leading off for the Royals, we've got Moustakas, the third baseman. Moustakas tonight is 1-for-1 with a single. Wakefield gets the sign from Lavarnway. He will set, and here's the pitch. Wakefield, 6-6. Range play at the park. Kauffman Stadium. 3-4. That's a double into right field, but it's a range play for Frank Kerr. His range is a 3. Actually, not Frank Kerr. Let's get the right center fielder, Phoenix. That is McDonald. His range is also a 3, though, thankfully. And he's got that one. What a play. Lays out for that one and takes a double away from Moustakas. One out in the inning, and here's Perez. Perez tonight is 0-for-1. He grounded out. Few printed seasons, but mostly played on PC. Excuse me. Wakefield looks into Lavarnway for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. Wakefield, 6-1. Strikeout, 2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's the first K, actually, for Wakefield tonight. The knuckleball has not been working tonight for him at all. And here's Getz. Getz tonight is 0-for-1. Wakefield gets the sign from Lavarnway. He will set. Here's the pitch. Wakefield, 4-3. Hit by pitch. 7. No, that's going to be... Actually, yes, that is going to hit him. Plunk. Ouch. And Getz will reach with the first hit batter of the day by either pitcher. And here's Escobar as Wakefield plunks Getz with 2 outs. Escobar, though, is 0-for-1. Let's roll strategy first. Let's see, that's a 16. Nothing happening. Wakefield with the pitch. Wakefield, 2-4. Strikeout, 16 is high. Escobar, a 3-2, and it's a fly ball into center field. Getting under that one for the Red Sox is going to be McDonald. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the hit batter for the Red Sox. Score remains 4-2 Kansas City after 4. And we're going to get another new tower. We're going to bring in the dice tower that somebody bought when he didn't understand, apparently, get a less imposing tower during Christmas in Arkham. And I don't think we're going to waste time with this one because that thing is very imposing and the tray is even a little bit higher. So I think I'm going to stick with my brown tower as my main tower unless I can get especially from where the tower is being placed at. So we're going to go back to the main tower. We're done playing around with towers now. We'll actually play some baseball. Leading off the top of the 5th for the Red Sox is Marco Scutaro. Scutaro tonight is 1-for-2. Paulino gets the sign from Perez. He will set, and here's the pitch. Paulino, 2-4. Error on a throw. Scutaro, 6-6. And it's a base hit past third. He'll find himself on with a leadoff single. Infield will go to double play depth. Here's Navarro. Navarro tonight is 2 for 2, it looks like. Had to scratch some things out. Strategy roll. That's a 19. Does he get the bunt sign? He probably would with a bunt rating of 1. Actually, no, he wouldn't. So never mind, nothing happening. Scutaro does get the steal sign. 13 plus 0. Catcher is Perez plus 1. We're actually going to send Scutaro up to second. 1 to 14. He will be safe. That's a 1. And Hart, wait a minute. I think there might actually be a possible... 1, I believe, is a possible steal error, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've had that come up. And the way I'm having to stop and look up rules constantly, I'm probably moving my 1985 replay, at least, to season ticket. Let's see, gets the jump. On a 1 runner safe, so we check the catcher for a throwing error. So Scutaro is at least going to be safe. The catcher is Perez. His error rating is a 9. And he's going to make a throwing error on that one, and Scutaro will be over at third. I have a feeling RJL is going to tear me apart on that steal play, but yeah, so for the time being at least, Scutaro's over at third after a stolen base and then a throwing error by the catcher. So now that'll bring the infield... They'll bring the infield in to try to prevent the run from scoring. Strategy roll. That's a 5, nothing happening there. Paulino will turn to deal with Navarro. My dice tower looks like the outside walkways of baseball stadiums. Okay, thanks for the FYI there. Paulino with the pitch. Paulino, 1-4. Strikeout, 8. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that should be the third strikeout, I believe, for... Don't roll a d20 for a possible throwing error by the catcher on a 1-2 roll on the steal attempt. Oh, I do roll for it. Okay, I wasn't sure about that. But anyway, Navarro's out on strikes. 1 out in the inning, and here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez tonight is 0 for 1 with a walk. Strategy roll. That's a 1, nothing happening. You divide by 5 if you're looking to steal the plate. Paulino will turn and deal with Gonzalez. Here's the sign from Perez, and here's the pitch. Paulino, 3-6. That's at the park. Kauffman Stadium. 6-4, and that's popped up on the infield. Getting under that one is going to be Perez. He'll have time for a 5-second power nap before that one falls into his glove for the second out of the inning. And here's Pedroia. Pedroia tonight is 0 for 2. Strategy roll up first. Nothing happening on the 10. Paulino will turn and deal with Pedroia. Here's the pitch. Paulino, 4-6. Strikeout, 16 is high. Pedroia, 3-4, and it's a fly ball into center field. Cabrera getting under that one. He's been busy tonight, but he'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the single, and the stolen base and the throwing error. Score remains 4-2, heading into the bottom of the 5th. Hopefully we'll start to pick up the game if I'm going to be a little bit less derpy about how everything works here. Leading off the bottom of the 5th is Alex Gordon. Gordon tonight is 2 for 2 with a single and a homer. Wakefield still has quite a bit in the tank. He can pitch to 8 more batters before he tires. Wakefield will get the sign, and here's the pitch. Wakefield, 5-2, walk, 4, ball 4. Gordon will find himself on with a leadoff walk as the knuckleball goes awry again. Infield will go to double play depth for the aforementioned Cabrera. Cabrera tonight is 0 for 2. Strategy roll up first. That's a 15, nothing happening. Wakefield will get the sign from That's the big thing with any game. The more you play it, the more the elements of the game become embedded in your mind. That's probably why I can pretty much explain a lot of stuff about Arkham Horror, the card game, off the top of my head. Anyway, Wakefield will pitch. Wakefield, 5-6. Home run chance. Switch left. 1-9. The 1 is good. Against a righty, Cabrera needs a 9. Does he pour gasoline on the Royals' lead? He needs a 9 to do it. And that is a 9, and that's just barely going to get out of here with a boom! High, deep, gone. Home run, Melky Cabrera. Score is now 6-2, favor of the Royals. Stadium cheers. Yay! Move that. Remember to move that over, Phoenix. Here's Butler. Butler tonight is 0 for 1 with a flyout and an error. Wakefield gone way too early. What was he, like in his 50s when he finally bit it? Go Melky. Wakefield will pitch. Actually, the infield is back now that the double play is no longer relevant. Wakefield will pitch. Wakefield, 4-4. Wild pitch, ball 1. Try it again. 6-4. That's a blank. Butler. 1-3. And that's a base hit into center field. Can't run. That is McDonald who can't run that one down. And Butler will be on with the leadoff single. We may end up flying through all of the remaining batters for Wakefield here. Here's Hosmer. Hosmer today is 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer. Infield at double play depth. Strategy rolls are still on, but barely. Here's the strategy roll. That's an 11, nothing happening. Didn't realize Wakefield passed away. Only 57. That was a year or two ago, I think. Wasn't it that Wakefield passed away? Speaking of which, Wakefield will pitch. So it's kind of weird that he's pitching from beyond the grave in this one. Anyway, Wakefield, 3-1. That's a pitcher result, but not... Only on a 1, the 9 is too high. Against the lefty. Hosmer, 3-1, and that's a fly out to left. Getting under that one for the Red Sox is Crawford. He'll make the catch for out number 1. And here's Frank Kerr. Frank Kerr tonight is 0 for 2. Strategy roll. That's a 3, nothing happening. Actually, Frank Kerr, I think, would Frank Kerr get the hit and run here? Strikeout rating is an 11. He would get the hit and run here, but actually, no. Range begins where attempt ends. Nope, he wouldn't get the hit and run, so he's going to swing away. Wakefield, 4-6 against a righty. That's a blank. Frank Kerr, 2-4, and it's a fly ball into left field. Once again, getting under that one is going to be Crawford. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Come on. Here's Moustakas. Moustakas tonight is 1 for 2. Strategy roll. That's a 20. Wakefield's going to turn and fire over to first, and no. Butler's going to get back easily. Wakefield will turn and deal with Moustakas. Wakefield will set, and here's the pitch. Wakefield, 1-5. That's at the park. Kauffman Stadium, 2-4, and that's a single plus to center field. Butler, that's a base runner 1, single to center, -1. He will hold at second base, which means Moustakas will just reach on the base hit. Same logic as before. So, yeah, that's Butler. All right, the infield is... Here's Perez. Perez tonight is 0 for 2. We are going to get activity in the Red Sox bullpen as Wakefield is nearing the end of his night. Coming into pitch, or starting to get loose. They've got lefty, righty, lefty. The Red Sox are going to get Franklin Morales warming up in the bullpen. Let me make a note of that. Franklin Morales. Okay, now that we've got that sorted out, strategy roll. That's a 9, nothing happening. Wakefield, very much in a jam here with 2 outs. His kids threw out the first pitch this year at Fenway opening day. Very cool. Wakefield will pitch. Wakefield, 2-1. Strikeout 2, swing and a miss, struck him out, and the Red Sox dodge a bullet. The only way they're going to have a chance to win this game. But quite the inning for the Royals. 2 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits, a walk, and a 2-run homer by Cabrera. Score is now 6-2 Royals after 5. Yes. Paulino also has plenty in the tank. Paulino actually he doesn't have as much as I thought he did in the tank. He can pitch to 4 more batters before he tires. Leading off the top of the 6th for the Red Sox is Josh Reddick. Reddick tonight, move that up, Phoenix. Reddick tonight is 1 for 2 with a double. Paulino looking into Perez for the sign. Here's the pitch. 6-3. Strikeout 20 is way too high. Reddick with a 1-2, and that's a ground ball over to short. Picking that one up is going to be Escobar. He'll make the catch for out number 1. Here's Saltalamacchia. Saltalamacchia tonight is 0 for 2. Paulino gets the sign from Perez, and here's the pitch. Paulino, 6-2. Home run chance. Switch left. 1-10. The 3 is good. Against a righty, Saltalamacchia needs a 15. Can he put the Red Sox back into this game? Yes, he can. With a boom. High, deep, gone. Home run, Jared Saltalamacchia. Score is now 6-3 in favor of the Red Sox. Stadium groans. Ugh. Paulino served up a meatball, and Saltalamacchia turned that one into pizza. Here's Carl Crawford. Crawford tonight is 1 for 2 with a single. Paulino has got to have instant amnesia. He will set, and here's the pitch. Paulino, 6-4. Strikeout, 15 is high. Crawford, 2-2. And that's a grounder to short. Picking that one up for the Royals is going to be Escobar. He'll make the play, and that's out number 2. We're going to get some activity in the Royals bullpen as well after Lavarnway steps into the batter's box. Lavarnway tonight is 0 for 2. Getting some activity in the Royals bullpen as starting to get loose for Kansas City. Righty, righty, righty. We want a lefty then. The Royals are going to get Tim Collins warming up in the bullpen. All right. Now that we've got that sorted out, that can come off because we're not using balls and strikes here. Paulino gets the sign from Perez. He will set. Here's the pitch. Paulino, 1-1. Possible error. Lavarnway, 5-3. And it's a fly ball into left field. Going after that one is going to be possible error. Going after that one in left field is, I believe, Gordon, right? Yes. Gordon's error rating is a 2. That's a 13. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1 hit, a solo homer by Saltalamacchia, and the score is now 6-3 as we get ready for the bottom of the 6th. Wakefield can pitch to 1 more batter before he tires. They're going to let him pitch. Here's Chris Getz. Getz tonight is over 1. He's been hit by a pitch. His wife died also over the off-season, February 28th, less than 5 months after he did. Well, especially when couples have been married that long, that can happen sometimes. Wakefield will move the batter sign over and adjust the out tracker. Wakefield gets the sign. Here's the pitch. 2-5. Walks. 9. And this ball 4. Getz will be on with a leadoff walk. Batter now is Escobar. Escobar tonight is 0 for 2. Wakefield is now tired, but they're going to let him try to get out of the inning. Morales is definitely ready to come in. Strategy roll. And nothing happening on the 8. Wakefield, infield, going to double play depth. Wakefield will set. Here's the pitch. Wakefield, 1-6. That's a range play. Escobar, another 1-6, and that's a fly ball into center field. Going after that one in center field is going to be McDonald. His range is a 3. He can't get that one, and that is going to be a base hit. Getz single into center, I believe that was. Getz is a 3 base runner, single to center is a -1. Getz makes it to third on a 1 or a 2. No, he will hold at second, Escobar at first. And here's Gordon. Gordon tonight is 2 for 2 with a single, a homer, and a walk, and that's going to be it for Wakefield. He is going to come out of the game. I'll compile stats for Wakefield real quick. He went 5+, gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. 6 runs, all earned. Walked 1, 2. Didn't have many strikeouts, but Wakefield was not a strikeout pitcher from what I understand. 1 strikeout, hit a batter, faced a total of 27, and had at least 1 wild pitch. I wasn't completely paying attention to that. Pancreatic cancer. She had pancreatic cancer, he had brain cancer. I think we can all echo the sentiment of F cancer. Here's Franklin Morales anyway. Morales is coming in to pitch. He had a 1-2 record with a 3.69 ERA, 46 1/3 innings pitched, 40 hits, 42 strikeouts, and 18 walks in 2011. Batter now is Gordon. Strategy roll. And nothing happening on the 17. Morales has got to deal with 2 of Wakefield's runners. Morales will set. Here's the pitch. Morales, 1-6. Strikeout 5. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So, FM. 1 out in the inning. And here's Cabrera. Cabrera tonight's 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 8. Morales will turn and deal with Cabrera. Morales will set. Here's the pitch. Morales, 5-2. Strikeout +10. That's a 12, and against a lefty, that will be enough to strike him out. -2 brings him down to a 6. +10 makes him a 16. The D20 is a 12. That's a swing, a miss, and a strike 3 for Morales. So that's his second strikeout of this outing, and of this inning. Maybe he can dodge the bullet here. Here's Butler. Butler tonight is 1 for 2 with a single and reached on an error. Strategy roll. Nothing happening on the 11. Morales will turn and deal with Butler. He will set, and here's the pitch. The two D6s got stuck. Morales, 6-2. Strikeout, 11. And yes, that will be a called strike 3. He's a 10. Actually, no, that won't be a strikeout because Kauffman Stadium subtracts 2 from strikeouts. I can't do first-grade math tonight. Butler with a 4-6, and that's going to be a fly ball into center field. McDonald will pick that one up. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. Walk in a single, but the Royals aren't able to do anything with it. Score remains 6-3 Kansas City after 6. Paulino is now tired, and they're going to pull him out of the game. So I'll compile stats for Paulino before we get ready for this new pitcher. Let's see, he went 6, gave up 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, hold on. No, I want to be down here. Actually, I think I compiled Wakefield stats on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Walked 1. Struck out. Wait. Yeah. Okay, struck out 1. Looks like 1. Didn't hit anybody. Faced 26. And no wild pitches. Okay. Coming into pitch for the Royals is going to be Tim Collins. 4-4 with a 3.63 ERA, 67 innings pitched, 52 hits, 60 strikeouts, and 46 walks in 2011. If I need some math tutoring, I can schedule an appointment after stream. Thanks, Higher Ground Gaming. Anyway, leading off the top of the 7th. Once we remember to adjust everything here. I think I'm still getting a little frazzled by inside pitch, admittedly. Darnell McDonald. McDonald tonight is 0 for 1 with a walk. Collins looks in at Perez for the sign. He will set. Here's the pitch. Pull that through. Collins, I'm going to re-roll that. Collins with a 1-3 against a righty. That's a blank. McDonald, 3-6, and that's a fly ball into center field. Cabrera is busy tonight. Let's put it on the right one, Phoenix. Cabrera will make the catch, and that's out number 1. Here's Scutaro. Scutaro tonight is 2 for 3 with 2 singles and advanced on an error. Collins gets the sign, and here's the pitch. 6-4, wild pitch, ball 1. Collins will try again. Collins, 4-3. Against a righty, walk, 9, ball 4. Scutaro will work himself on with a 1-out walk. Infield will go to double play depth, as here's Navarro. Navarro tonight is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Strategy rolls are still on, but only just. That's a 4, nothing happening. Collins will look into Navarro. He will set, and here's the pitch. Collins, 6-5. Against a righty, that's a blank. Navarro, 2-1. That's a base hit into right field. At least I pronounced some of the names better than Jester. Yeah, that's one thing that drives me nuts about Jester's pronunciation sometimes. But we're not going to get into that right now. We're trying to focus on me having a fit with inside pitch. Anyway, Scutaro is a base runner 3. Single to right is a 0. Scutaro makes it to third on a 1-3. That's a 6. He's coming around second potentially. Navarro will make first. And we need the chart again. That's the outfield throw chart. It's online. The right fielder's arm is Frank Kerr. It's a -2 arm. So on a 1-5, there could be a play. Scutaro's headed to third. He is out on a... He's going to be out on a 2-5. That's a 6, and he advances. So he advances. Scooter will make third. Navarro thinking about second, though. Let's see what happens here. But he's caught in a rundown. I was hoping something like this wouldn't happen. Navarro's out on a 1-5. And he is going to be tagged out. If his base running rating was higher than the die roll, which it's not, so Navarro's going to be out in a rundown. He got greedy and got caught. I was honestly hoping something like that wouldn't happen. But I can't get that lucky. Anyway, here's Gonzalez. I believe that was the second out of the inning, actually. I'm not paying attention to that either. Here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. The infield's going to play back with 2 outs. And besides which, Scooter doesn't really mean anything anyway. Strategy roll. That's a 20, but Collins has no pickoff rating. So Collins will be tired after Gonzalez. We're going to get some activity in the Royal. Actually, let's have Collins roll the at-bat. So Collins will pitch. Collins, 2-3. That's a pitcher result. The 19 against the lefty is going to be way too high. Gonzalez with a 6-1, and that's grounded over to first. Picking that one up is going to be Hosmer. He'll make the play, and that will retire the side. 1 run and a hit, but the Red Sox aren't able to do anything with it. 6-3, heading into the bottom of the 7th. We're at the 7th inning stretch, and as usual, I won't torture you guys with my rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, which is actually pretty terrible. But I will take a quick drink from my drink over here. And if I'm still playing like this come about November, December-ish, I am definitely moving my 1985 replay into season ticket. Morales, though, in more important business, can pitch to one more batter before he tires. We're going to get some more activity in the Red Sox bullpen as starting to get loose is going to be... Where are we at in the lineup? So Hosmer... And then we're looking at righty, lefty, righty. They're going to get Daniel Bard loosening up in the Red Sox bullpen. The Red Sox get 4 outs per inning for the last 3 innings. Nice try, Higher Ground Gaming. I do give you points for trying, though. Which you might want for this guy, for Hosmer. Hosmer is 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer tonight. Morales looks in to Lavarnway for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. Morales, 4-4. Home run chance. Lefty, 1-17. The 5 is good. Against the lefty, though, Hosmer needs a 3. Does he do it again? No. Close, but close only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and nuclear weapons. This is none, but Hosmer will swing. Hosmer with a 5-4, and instead he's going to sky that one into center field. Going back for that one is McDonald. He'll be back to the track, but he'll have enough room to track that one down for the first out of the inning. Morales is now tired, but they're going to try to but he's going to try to get the Red Sox out of the inning. Here's Frank Kerr. Frank Kerr tonight is 0 for 3. Morales gets the sign from Lavarnway. He will set... And here's the pitch. Morales, 1-4. Walk plus 10. The 1 is easily ball 4. Here's Moustakas. Moustakas is 2 for 3, and that's going to be it for Morales. I'll compile stats for him. No tap bowling. I'm afraid to ask about that. He went 1.1. Gave up no hits, no runs, no earned. Walked 1, struck out 1. No hit batters, faced 5, no wild pitches. And Daniel Bard. Coming in to pitch for the Red Sox is going to be Daniel Bard. 2-9 with a 3.33 ERA, 73 innings pitched, 46 hits, 74 strikeouts, 21 walks in 2011. Infield is at double play depth. Oh, 9 pins equals a strike. Right. Anyway, strategy roll is still a thing, just barely. That's a cocked die, so we'll roll that again. Nothing happening on the 15. Bard with the pitch. 3-6. Against a lefty, that's a blank. Moustakas, 3-6. And that's a base hit past first. Frank Kerr with a base runner 3. Will be plenty to make third. Moustakas will make first, and he's going to continue the Red Sox's problems tonight. Here's Perez. Perez tonight is 0 for 3. The infield, ugh. What's the infield going to do here? The Red Sox need a Bard in their team to win. A Bard on their team to win this one. The rate thing they're going, they probably do. The infield, right? We brought him in for. Okay, right. He came in for Moustakas. All right. The infield, ugh. What are they going to do? Are they going to play? They're going to play the infield in. They're going to try to turn a. Yeah, I was thinking about that. It was either going to bring the corners in or bring the whole infield in. But, yeah, they can't afford to give up any more trouble. Strategy roll. And nothing happening on the 19. They're not going to bunt here. Bard with the pitch. Bard, 3-2. That's an automatic out. And that's going to be a ground ball over to second. But the infield is in. So, this is probably where I'm going to have some problems. So, they're going to try to turn a. I think they probably turn a. How would they try to turn a double play? Would it just be a normal double play with the infield in? So, they would go. So, 3. You don't get the pivot rating, that's for sure. So, it's a 3. Hey, you wouldn't get the depth on that one. I got to see how the double play works with the infield in. And I'm thinking right now my 1985 replay is going to be in season ticket. Especially with all the fits I'm having with this tonight. The mild miracle here, though, is going to be... Mild miracle here is that I haven't wanted to throw anything yet. But of course there's... Let's see, runners on... First and third, less than 2 out. That's not what I want. Can't turn a regular double play with the infield in. It's considered double play when holding a runner at first. So would they try it for a home to first double play then? Or would they even not try it at all? Runner from third tries to score, base runner... So he would try to score on a 1, but I think they would probably... This is the frustration I'm having with inside pitch. Frank Kerr would be a base runner 1 with 2 outs. I think they would probably hold him here. So I think the throw would go to... I'm going to roll it... Not a force at home... Which I know that, but that's what I'm trying to figure out. Runners on first and third. Infield in. So it's not a home to first. So they just take the... So they do try for the home to first double play. So it's a 3... Would it still be a... Would they still get the -1 on that? So it would be a... This is driving me nuts. Let's see. Infield in. If the runner decides to hold, the only play would be to first. So it looks like... It's runners on at the corners, Ben. That's what we're looking for here. Here we go. Less than 2 outs. First task is to decide. So I have the base runner -2. So I think the runner holds, which means the only play is going to be to first. So Moustakas will make second. Perez is out. And there are 2 outs in the inning. Good grief. So Moustakas is at second. Tag play at home, no double play. That's the way I'm ruling it right now is Moustakas would make second, Perez would be thrown out, 2 outs in the inning. This is driving me nuts. So we're just gonna play it like that and move on. Here's Getz. Getz tonight is 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a walk. Strategy roll. And nothing happening on the 4. Bard with the pitch. Bard, I think, is actually... He's not tired yet, but he will be now. He will be after this batter. Bard, 5-1. Error on a throw. Getz. 1-4. Nope. Fly ball into left field. Getting under that one is going to be Crawford, and the Red Sox will escape a huge jam. Walk and a hit, but the Royals aren't able to do anything with it. 6-3 Kansas City after 7. Yeah, that's what I ended up doing. I did end up holding the runner at third. Because I figured there's no way he would try to move with a base runner rating 1. Let's see. Collins is now tired, and we're going to get... Actually, I should have gotten activity in the Royals bullpen, but once again, I was an idiot and I wasn't paying attention to that. So we'll adjust all of this. While I finish setting up, I'm going to decide who the Royals... We're going to pretend the Royals actually did get somebody warming up. The question is, who are we going to pretend they got warming up? So let me compile stats. My pen is back here. Let's see. Collins went 1 hit, no runs, walk, no strikeouts, faced 4, no wild pitches. So the Royals are going to bring in... So right, Collins is coming out of the game. Coming into pitch is going to be... Aaron Crow. 4-4 with a 2.76 ERA. 62 innings pitched, 55 hits, 65 strikeouts, 29 walks in 2011. Starting to warm up with the Royals is going to be Joakim Soria, the closer. So, Aaron Crow. Let's see, last part of Rule 9.6. If the defense holds runner on third, only play is to first. Runner on first advances due to being forced. You wish I would bring in the pitcher with the highest ERA, higher ground. Anyway, leading off the top of the 8th after that ramble is Pedroia. Pedroia tonight is 0 for 3, but he reached on a fielder's choice. 6-3 Kansas City. Top of the 8th. Red Sox are batting. Crow gets the sign, and here's the pitch. Crow, 5-2. Walk, 7. Is going to be ball 4 thanks to Kauffman Stadium. Pedroia will reach on a leadoff walk. The infield will go to double play depth. And here's Reddick. Reddick tonight is 1 for 3 with a double. We're not doing an instant call-up from Double A. Strategy rolls are off, though. I will at least get that part right about the strategy rolls. Strategy rolls are off. Crow will pitch in the tower. That's going to be a 3-6. Hit by pitch 13. No. Crow had good control. Reddick. A 3-5. And it's a fly ball into center field. Cabrera will get under that one. We've been calling his name a lot tonight. And that's out number 1. And here's Salta Lamacchia. Salta Lamacchia hit a solo homer back in the 6th. With strategy rolls still being a thing of the past for the time being, Crow will pitch. Crow, 3-1. Wild pitch, 13. Yep, that's a wild one. Pedroia will advance to second. And now we've got a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Still no strategy, though. Also, ball 1. Crow will try again. Crow, 4-2. Against a switch left, that's a blank. Saltalamacchia with a 1-2 and a fly ball into left field. Getting under that one is going to be Gordon. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 2. And here's Crawford. Crawford tonight is 1 for 3 with a single. Crow will get the sign from Perez. He will set, and here's the pitch. Crow, 4-5. Home run result. Against a righty, he needs an 8. The 13 is too high. Crawford will swing. 1-3, and instead he's going to lift that one into left field. Gordon going back to the track, but he'll have enough room to run that one down and retire the side. Nothing across except the walk and the wild pitch as we get ready for the bottom of the 8th. Crawford going back to the dugout talking to himself. He thought he had a hold of that one, but he got under it. Bard can pitch to one more batter before he tires. They're going to let him pitch. Loosening up for the Red Sox is going to be... the Red Sox are going to get... They're looking at righty-lefty switch. They're going to get Scott Atchison warming up in the bullpen. All right. And leading off the bottom of the 8th for the Royals is Alcides Escobar. Escobar tonight is 1 for 3 with a single. Bard will get the sign from Lavarnway. He will set, and here's the pitch. Bard, 4-4. Against a righty, that's a blank. Escobar, a 2-4, and that's a base hit right past the pitcher. Escobar will reach with a leadoff single. Infield will go to double play depth. Bard is now tired. They're going to take him out. I'll compile stats for Bard here. He came in back here. So he went 0.2. Actually, yeah, 0.2 plus, we'll say. Gave up 2 hits, no runs, no earned, no walks, no strikeouts, no hit batters, faced 4, and no wild pitches. Coming in to pitch for the Red Sox is Scott Atchison. 1-0 with a 3.26 ERA, 30 and a third innings pitched, 31 hits, 17 strikeouts, 6 walks in 2011. Stepping into the batter's box now is Gordon. Gordon tonight is 2 for 3 with a single, a homer, and a walk. Strategy rolls are off. Atchison will deal with Gordon. Here's the pitch. Atchison, 2-2, strikeout, 9, swing and a miss. Struck him out, and they needed that strikeout. That's the first out of the inning for the Red Sox. And here's Cabrera. Cabrera tonight. Cabrera's been a beast tonight, quite frankly. Actually, he hasn't been that well. He's been a beast in the field. And with a 2-run homer in the 5th. Yep, I know Bard's still responsible for the base runner. Actually, would that be... Yeah, that would be Bard's... That's still Bard's runner. Atchison will pitch. Atchison, 3-4. Error on a throw. Cabrera, 5-1. And that's a base hit past third. So base hit past third. Escobar will have the speed at least to make third. But we have to check for a throwing error, which a 1 is probably going to be a throwing error. So that's an S5. Third baseman is Navarro. His error rating is a 15. That's a 1, and he's going to throw that one. That's going to be an ugly throw, that's for sure. Let's see, grounded to third. So now we have a potential of advancing based on a bad throw. So the throw would have been going to first, which means the range of the first baseman is Gonzalez. His range is a 5. He should be able to keep... Well, I'm not going to say anything. He'll keep that one from getting past him. But he kept the poor throw from getting by him, so that's only a 1-base error. So, right, Cabrera's safe. I think Escobar would score on that, though. Would he? He was already making third. So I think he would score on that one. Oh, God. Let's see. I wish there was an error chart in this set of charts. Let's see. Of course, there's no error on that set of charts. Let's see. There was an error on a throw. There was a throwing error, but the first baseman kept it from getting past him. So, let me check errors here. It's official. My 1985 replay is moving into season ticket after this. Okay, that's what I thought. I figured Escobar would score. But I think Cabrera stays at first. Anyway, 7-3 in favor of the Royals. Stadium cheers. Yay! Yes, I know I've got there's a laminated chart that lists the error combinations. I do have that error chart that I'm looking at. I think you're looking at this chart, I believe. So yes, I was checking that. Which looks like... So I think Cabrera holds it first. That's how I'm going to play it. Since it was a base hit, he kept it from getting past him. So I'm going to hold him at first. RJL will probably yell at me for that one. Here's Butler. Butler tonight is 1 for 3 with a single, and he reached on an error. Yes, he's going to yell at me, or yes, Cabrera holds. Anyway, we'll keep things moving along here while I wait for confirmation, but my assumption is that yes, Cabrera holds. Atchison will pitch. Atchison, 4-4. That's a blank. Butler. Damn it. Butler, 6-3. That's a ground ball up to second. 2-4. Wow, he gets a lot of double plays. 5. Righty hit to... So that was... I just lost my train of thought. Evening, Jester. You're watching me fight with inside pitch quite a bit here. Grounded to second. Shortstop's pivot either way. Shortstop pivot 0. 1-5 double play. They got it. Side retired. So that's going to be a 4-6-3 double play. And the side is retired. Nothing across for the Royals. Now 7-3 Kansas City after 8. Crow is going to come out of the game. I'll compile stats for him. So he came in... Right, he came in at the 8th. So 1 inning pitched. Nothing of interest except for the walk. And coming in to pitch for the Royals is Joaquin Soria. 5-5 with a 4.03 ERA, 60 1/3 innings pitched, 60 hits and strikeouts, 17 walks in 2011, and 28 saves. I was expecting this to be a save situation, which is why I started Soria warming up. Don't start with playing it wrong because the Red Sox are losing higher ground, please. Stepping into the batter's box is Lavarnway. Lavarnway tonight is 0 for 3. Soria will get the sign from Perez. Here's the pitch. Soria, 5-2, hit by pitch, 8, and no. Lavarnway with a 6-1, and that's going to be a fly ball into center field. Coming under that one is going to be Cabrera again. He'll make the catch, and that's one out in the inning. Let's see, Higher Ground Gaming. Red Sox haven't cheated yet. I forgot to add that to the game. Not happening. Here's McDonald. McDonald tonight is 0-2 with a walk. Soria gets the sign from Perez. He will set, and here's the pitch. Soria, 6-6. Strikeout plus 10, and I think the 19... Let's see, 10 plus 10 is 20. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Slider manages to catch the outside corner for strike 3, and McDonald is out on strikes. The last chance for the Red Sox comes down to Marco Scutaro. Scutaro tonight is 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a walk. Soria gets the sign from Perez. He will set, and here's the pitch. 4-3. Strikeout 16, way too high. Scutaro with a 2-6, and it's grounded right back to Soria. Soria will pick that one up, pumps once, pumps twice, throws to first. That's your game. The Kansas City Royals take this exhibition game, which was an episode of Inside Pitch from the Red Sox, by a final score of 7-3. Final line score coming up. See, 6 hits, Red Sox. There are errors all over the place in this one. At least one error for the Red Sox. We'll call it 1 error. 8-2. For the Royals, 7 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. For the Red Sox, 3 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Winning pitcher tonight is going to be Felipe Paulino. Tim Wakefield will end up with the loss. Collins, Crow, and Soria will all get holds because the lead ended up being a little bit too high. So, yes, okay. So, Jester should take notes on my pronunciations. I'm doing well. Thank you for the kind words on that. A couple of plays we questioned. Probably didn't impact. That may have been done wrong. Translated, likely done wrong. Probably don't impact the final result. And at least it's an exhibition. Yes. Higher Ground, this is an exhibition because I'm doing a little bit of baseball testing here for streaming because I did pick up a new laptop that I've been running streaming on, and I'm actually running the streams on. Actually, I've been running the stream tonight using my Sony a6000 as my webcam tonight. So you probably are noticing a much better quality in the picture. If it was real, the Red Sox would have won. They didn't win this game historically either, though. The Royals won this one 9-4. But that will do it for this playthrough of Inside Pitch. Good grief. This one was an episode and a half. If I had to make the decision now on my 1985 replay starting in January, I'm moving this replay over to Season Ticket. This was kind of frustrating for me. I wasn't jotting down any of the questions I had from this game, and I was also using the Season Ticket Rare Plays. I'll probably put this on the channel a few more times, but I don't know at this point. Like I said, if I'm making the decision now, this replay is moving over to Season Ticket. Guess I think 2011 is the best season ever. I don't think this is the best season ever, but this happened to be up on the stack of the... This happened to be up high on my stack of seasons, and I was able to get the logos for these pretty quickly. So, yeah. So that's why I happened to pick this season as tonight's exhibition season. But that will do it for this playthrough of Inside Pitch, and I'm starting to ramble a little bit. Busy week coming up on the channel. I'm expecting tomorrow sometime. Ultimately, if I play this game a few months and I still don't feel comfortable playing it, yes, absolutely move it. I agree with that, Ben. Like I said, I'm probably going to play this over the course of the next few months, put it on the channel a few more times, but the final call I'll make probably about, well, I'm probably going to buy it now because Clay is having a sale on season ticket seasons. I want to have it ready to go either way. So I'll make the final decision probably about October, November. I'll know for sure what system this is going to be in. But as I was saying, busy week coming up on the channel. I'm expecting tomorrow we're going to have the play-in game for the 2024 Summer of Lovecraft as we play Pandemic: Reign of Cthulhu. Coming up on Tuesday, there may be another baseball stream, so stay tuned for that. Wednesday, we're going to have Pinot with Phoenix for July. Saturday, Mystical Munchies will start out of our new cookbook, but more on that during Pinot with Phoenix. As for next week, we'll be playing Eldritch Horror, the first leg in the Summer of Lovecraft. Catch up with chat. Don't get frustrated so much. Still learning these games. Still fun. I'm enjoying most of the baseball I've been playing, but this one's been frustrating. Play-Doh's History Maker, not season ticket. Clay Dreslow with Sports Mobile Inc. does season ticket. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.